The movie kicks off in a busy gym, full of the sound of weights clanging and punches landing. Octavio Bergman, a determined MMA fighter, is hard at work preparing for an upcoming fight. In the midst of his intense training, Octavio takes a moment to send a heartfelt birthday card to his beloved daughter, Leonie. As he trains alongside other fighters, his friend and manager Paul arrives. Worried about making it to Leonie's birthday party, Octavio asks about the fight's timing, hoping not to miss his daughter's special day. However, the fear of being late looms over him due to potential delays in the match. Determined to fulfill his promise to Leonie, he hastily assures his daughter, promising to join the birthday party right after the fight. With a quick goodbye to Paul and Kasmina, his dedicated trainer, he makes his way to the venue where his crucial match is to take place. Upon arriving, he is greeted by the cheerful Chino Wrinkler, a friend whose positive energy helps ease his nerves. Chino's brother, showing respect for Octavio's skills, further motivates the fighter. However, the jovial atmosphere quickly shifts when his opponent, the brash and taunting Benno, emerges, mocking him. Fueled by a mix of determination and the desire to prove his opponent wrong, Octavio swiftly prepares in his waiting room, mentally gearing up for the fight of his life. However, just as he is about to step into the ring, a tense phone call for Mina, his ex-girlfriend, and the mother of his daughter, throws him off balance. Mina's anger is palpable as she berates him for breaking a promise to their daughter. The argument leaves him rattled, his focus momentarily shaken as he grapples with the guilt of potentially disappointing Leonie. Mina is considering taking legal action to gain full custody of Leonie, unless Octavio arrives for the party in 1 hour. Struggling to maintain his composure amidst the chaos and the emotional turmoil, he fights with a newfound intensity. In the midst of the battle, however, he finds himself grappling not just with his opponent in the ring, but also with the inner demons of guilt and fear. As punches fly and the crowd wars, he fights not just for victory in the match, but for a chance to prove himself as a worthy father. Unbeknownst to him, a larger scheme is unfolding within the arena's walls, one that makes him a target. As he attempts to flee, he catches the eye of Chino, who promptly sends his menacing henchman after Octavio. With no cab available amidst the rush hour chaos, Octavio is left with no choice but to run for his life. Cornered by Chino's thugs, he is outnumbered and overpowered, enduring a brutal beating before being rendered unconscious. But when he awakens, fueled by a surge of adrenaline, he turns the tables on his attackers, swiftly incapacitating them and making a daring escape. With chaos unfolding around him, he receives perplexing calls from his parents, who are bewildered by Mina's sudden directive to avoid Leonie's birthday party. The plot thickens when Paul, Octavio's manager and friend, reveals a shocking truth: the fight was fixed, with influential figures placing high-stakes bets on Octavio to emerge victorious. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Octavio races back to the gym, where he finds allies in Kasmina, Bruno, and Anaka, fellow boxers who join him in a fierce battle against those pursuing him. Amidst the chaos, he confides in Kosa, who, shocked by the unfolding events, pledges his support. In a heart-pounding sequence, Octavio narrowly evades capture, utilizing his wit and physical prowess to outmaneuver both Chino's goons and law enforcement. Fueled by a singular goal to reach Leonie and make amends, he fights tooth and nail, every step bringing him closer to the elusive birthday celebration. After a tense encounter at a store where Chino's brother sabotages Leonie's cake, Octavio's anger boils over, culminating in a fierce altercation. As he makes his way out, he encounters Benno, a rival MMA fighter, setting off yet another chase through the city streets. Just when it seems he is at the end of his rope, an encounter with a biker named Rico offers a brief respite. But soon, Octavio realizes that Rico isn't trustworthy. He's actually working with Danica, who has a grudge against Chino. This leads to another daring escape from captivity. Running out of time, Octavio finds an unexpected ally, a courageous girl at a subway station, who helps him board a departing train. Desperate to mend his relationship with his daughter, Octavio makes a heartfelt call. As the clock ticks, his journey reaches a climax when he confronts his opponent, BKO, in a crowded club. Despite facing betrayals and challenges, Octavio refuses to give up. He fights with all his strength, ultimately emerging victorious to the shock of the club's audience. After tending to his wounds at his parents' home, Octavio decides to attend his daughter's party. His father convinces him to keep moving forward. Rushing out, Octavio heads to Mina's house for the party, determined to make amends. Along the way, he arranges to meet Paul at the cat shelter, planning to pick up a cat as a gift for Leonie, a symbol of a fresh start. Octavio then calls Rico, explaining he didn't know about the rigged fight. Rico agrees to leave him alone if Octavio reveals Chino's whereabouts. Arriving at the animal rescue, Octavio gets the cat and calls Rico again, giving him the shelter's address. He also contacts the police department, informing them of a potentially violent situation at the shelter. Just as he steps outside, he witnesses Chino's men kidnapping Paul. With minutes ticking away before his deadline, he finds himself subdued and threatened. Suddenly, shots ring out as Danica's men arrive, engaging in a fierce shootout with Chino and his henchmen. In the chaos, Chino Chino takes Octavio and Paul to an empty building nearby, seeking revenge for Octavio's betrayal. A brutal fight ensues, with Chino wielding a crowbar against Octavio, leaving him severely injured. As Cosmina joins the fray, the tide turns momentarily, but Chino gains the upper hand. Octavio, battered and weakened, can only watch as Chino advances, the pain from his injuries overwhelming him. Yet, in a moment of unexpected bravery, Cosmina launches a final assault against Chino. Witnessing Cosmina's fall, Octavio flies into a rage, unleashing his fury on Chino. Despite his injuries, he fights with all his might until Chino is finally subdued. In a moment of desperation, Octavio fires a shot, causing Chino to flee in fear. With the immediate danger past, Octavio tends to Paul's injuries, offering forgiveness for his friend's actions. Octavio sets off, determined to make it to Leon's party despite his injuries. As he rushes, he encounters Chino once more. Setting the cat's box down, he prepares for a final confrontation. However, fate intervenes as the building collapses, trapping Chino under the rubble. Using the last of his strength, Octavio frees the cat from its box, symbolizing a new beginning. Exhausted and injured, he stumbles toward Mina's house. Arriving just as Leon sees him, Octavio collapses, unable to hold onto the cat. The hour is long over, and he is late. In a heartwarming moment, Leon rushes to her father, embracing him tightly. Seeing the kitten, Mina understands Octavio's love for Leone and agrees to share custody. She can't take away the one thing that means so much to him. With tears of joy welling up, Octavio embraces his daughter, feeling a deep sense of peace and redemption. With Leone's love guiding him, he faces the future with hope, knowing that he has found the real victory he was searching for, no matter what obstacles lie ahead.